On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Lucid.
Expressed or presented clearly, easy to understand, rational and sane, shining or bright.
Examples:
Lucid writing, lucid explanation. His argument was so lucid that even his opponents agreed with him.
Spontaneously.
In a way that is natural, not planned or forced, and often sudden.
Examples:
Recover spontaneously after 5 days. This shift occurs spontaneously. The electrical cord spontaneously combusted.
Instinct.
An inborn behavioral pattern that is often responsive to specific stimuli, an innate feeling that causes you to act or believe that something is true.
Examples:
Instinct for self-preservation. Aggressive instinct. When faced with a dangerous situation, his initial instinct was to flee.
Visualize.
To form a mental image or concept of something, to make something visible.
Examples:
Visualize data. Visualize flying through space. She tried to visualize the layout of the new house in her mind.
Troubleshoot.
To identify and solve problems or difficulties, particularly in mechanical or technical systems or situations.
Examples:
Troubleshoot network issues. Troubleshoot software problems. I need to troubleshoot why my computer keeps freezing.
Hyperfocus.
An intense focus on a single task or activity to the exclusion of other things.
Examples:
Hyperfocus state. Hyperfocus on the economy. He had a hard time focusing on anything else because he was in hyperfocus on his project.
Inflection.
A change in the pitch or tone of one's voice, a change in the form of a word to indicate tense, mood, gender, or other grammatical categories.
Examples:
Inflection in voice. Inflection pattern. The linguist studied the inflection of the language's inflection in speech.
Confuse.
To mistake one thing for another, to make somebody hard to understand.
Examples:
Confuse the listener. Confuse fantasy with reality. Her remarks confused the debate.
Flirt.
To talk or behave as if sexually attracted to someone, without serious intentions. Noun, a seductive woman who uses her sex appeal to exploit men.
Examples:
Flirt with him. Flirt like a schoolgirl. My husband never flirts with other women.
Squint.
To look at something with half-closed eyes, especially when trying to see more clearly or in bright light, To consider or examine something with suspicion, doubt, or skepticism.
Examples:
Squint against the sun. Squint at the radar screen. I had to squint my eyes to read the small print on the menu.
Impair.
To damage something or make it weaker or worse.
Examples:
Impair my health. Impair insulin sensitivity. The accident made his vision impaired.
Defiant.
Showing bold resistance or disobedience to authority, rules, or norms.
Examples:
A defiant attitude. Defiant eye. The defiant student refused to follow the teacher's instructions and continued to talk during class.
Needless.
Describing something unnecessary, pointless, or superfluous and could be avoided without any harm or adverse consequences.
Examples:
Needless argument. Needless waste. This needless paperwork is wasting our time and resources.
Hypersensitive.
Easily or overly affected emotionally, physically, or mentally by stimuli or situations that are not normally considered stressful or upsetting.
Examples:
Hypersensitive reaction. Hypersensitive nerve endings. She became hypersensitive to criticism after being bullied in school.
Paranoid.
Unreasonably or obsessively believing that other people do not like you or want to harm you.
Examples:
Paranoid about issues. Paranoid disorder. A paranoid person may have delusions that people want to harm.
Hallucinate.
To experience a seemingly real perception of something that does not actually exist, usually as a result of a mental illness or drug use.
Examples:
Start to hallucinate. Hallucinate with drug. Sleep-deprived people gradually lose their concentration and may hallucinate.
Rot.
To decay, or cause something to decay, naturally and gradually.
Examples:
Begin to rot. Rot with age. Please refrigerate the meat, or it will rot.
Anemia.
A medical condition in which the body lacks enough red blood cells or hemoglobin, causing fatigue, weakness, or difficulty breathing, a lack of vitality or liveliness in something.
Examples:
Anemia symptoms. Anemia disease. The doctor diagnosed the patient with anemia due to a lack of iron in their blood.
Verge.
The point at which something is about to happen or where something begins, the edge or margin of something, particularly a physical boundary or border.
Examples:
Verge of bankruptcy. On the verge of tears. He stood on the verge of a major discovery.
Aversion.
A strong dislike or reluctance towards something or someone. A feeling of extreme distaste or aversion towards something or someone unpleasant.
Examples:
aversion therapy, strong aversion. Her aversion to snakes made her avoid the reptile exhibit at the zoo.
Waffle.
To speak or write, especially at great length, without saying anything important or useful, to be indecisive, or to vacillate between different options or actions. Noun, a crisp, light batter cake typically eaten for breakfast and often served with syrup.
Examples:
waffle on about random things. Blueberry waffle. When asked about his stance on the new tax policy, the candidate began to waffle significantly.
Corpse.
The dead body of a human being.
Examples:
desiccated corpse. The corpse of an animal. The police found the corpse in the abandoned building.
Ungodly.
Not conforming to religious or moral principles, sinful or wicked, outrageous or excessive.
Examples:
an ungodly amount of rain. Ungodly behavior. The movie's villain was portrayed with an ungodly mixture of cruelty and charm that fascinated and repulsed the audience.
Waitress.
A woman who serves food and drinks in a restaurant or cafe.
Examples:
waitress at a restaurant. Tip the waitress. The friendly waitress brought the food to the table and asked if they needed anything else.
Graveyard.
A cemetery, especially one in a churchyard.
Examples:
graveyard of life. Bodies in a graveyard. The ancestral graveyard was peaceful, with rows of headstones and tall trees.
Co-founder.
One of several people who establishes an organization or starts a business.
Examples:
co-founder of the university. Late co-founder. He is the co-founder and chairman of this tech company.
App.
Abbreviation for application, software designed to run on smartphones and other mobile devices or inside a web browser on a PC.
Examples:
killer app. Cannot log into the app. The discovery of a critical bug caused the company to delay the app's release.
Podium.
A raised platform or stand that is used for delivering speeches, conducting meetings, or presenting awards.
Examples:
win a podium position. Podium finisher. The speaker stood confidently on the podium while delivering their speech.
Newtonian.
Relating to Sir Isaac Newton or his laws of motion and universal gravitation.
Examples:
Newtonian physics, Newtonian mechanics. The motion of planets can be described using Newtonian mechanics.
Roadblock.
A physical barrier or obstacle that prevents progress or movement, a situation that impedes progress or creates difficulty in achieving a goal or objective.
Examples:
Biological roadblock, bypass roadblock. The accident caused a roadblock on the highway, causing traffic to come to a standstill.
Overlook.
To fail to notice something, to watch over someone, to provide a view from above.
Examples:
Overlook a street. Overlook that fact. We cannot overlook an opportunity for great success.
Brad.
A small, thin wire nail with a slight projection at the top, used for fixing or fastening materials together.
Examples:
Brad nail, Brad fastener. I picked up a box of Brads from the hardware store for my weekend project.